that terrible first day as a diversion to distract the Germans, circumventing Gommecourt from the south. The 56th Division, including the London Scottish, inspired by a lone piper, went over the top to meet up with the 46th, including our Leicesters, and the Staffordshires, coming down from the north. When it was the turn of another battalion to set off to relieve both groups at that meet-up point, they themselves passed, without realising it, right over the bodies of the Scots, who'd never made the rendezvous with the Staffordshires, who were likewise dead. This relief battalion was determined not to leave their comrades unsupported and reach the rendezvous, where they sat tight, searching, waiting, and wondering what to do, as they were in turn picked off. We know the war turned out to be worse than anybody could have imagined, and Hague had few choices. He chose a terrible price to refuse to set the tone for half-hearted attacks, where a possible advantage is not followed up, where relief troops observe their comrades being deserted in briefly captured enemy trenches, or troops themselves who reach a goal and are desperate for relief suspect that, as part of policy, none will be sent. These soldiers had come to the Somme as Kitchener's new army, trained from scratch in their thousands. There was no other way at the time or in time other than to train and use them as large bodies of, as Wellington remarked, the poor bloody infantry. Ray Sutton argued that Hague was directly responsible for these reverses on the Somme because Hague's mindset was that of a 19th century cavalryman whose only experience of war was in those tiny wars of empire, the Sudan and the Boer War, and that he was hopelessly out of depth.